Hey everybody, this is Laz from Excalibur, playing Neverwinter on the Xbox1. I had a couple people ask me about my build, so I'm trying to make a video to show you what I'm running. This is what works for me, and I'm not saying that this is the best in slot. This is what works for me. And here we go. Let's get into consumables. Use squash soup. These things, Wildstorm Elixir, use them sparingly. Superior Potion, of course. Down on the bottom, on your hotkey bars, use the Lucky Coin and a Pocket Pick. They both give you random stat. Alright, we'll go to the most important thing, your companion. I run the fire is my active. If I didn't have the fire, I'd run the air. I run with someone who streams actually, and he runs the air, and it's definitely viable. This thing's retarded expensive. Like when I bought Talisman, it was only like 2 mil. Now it's up to like 4 or 5. And the rings were like 1. Now they're 4 or 5. No, these are like 7 now, 6 or 7. And the air's pretty good. That's what I would use if you didn't want to farm all kinds of money. I also run Earth. You'll see the active bonuses. They'll give you increased damage with added archons. I used to run the Yeti instead of this. I tested it. This is better. And this is surprising. I use combat advantage bonus. That is king right now. And I got that little tip from a guy in my guild leader named Grave from Excalibur. Thanks for the help on the build. Tips didn't give me everything. I used to run the Belial, and I used to run Dancing Blade instead. I've tested it. Now you wanna, before you even start going with your enchants on your character, you want to get these to 10. Your bonding. That is powerful item. Alright, I run full Azures for the crit. I used to run 1 Brutal on the bottom, but I switched it out. That's it for companion. Alright, companions, let's go to mounts. Got stable. I run 4 Protector's Camaraderie with armor pen, barbs, and the defense regal. And I run 1 green con mount for Protector's Friendship. Because if you run a 5th camaraderie, you only get another 0.5%, whereas if you run the Friendship, you get a full 1% boon. So here you would get, I think it's 3%, 4%. Then you get a 0.5 per. Yeah, so it's 3% and a 0.5 per. That's 3, that's 4, that's 4.5. You'll get a full 1% from this guy. Stable. And I used the 4K from the Black Ice Storm. Combat power. I've actually gotten 2 legendaries. I got this one, sold one. If you get the power of the snail or the disc is probably better, but I only have 1. Alright. We'll go boons. It's pretty simple, basic. I got most of my stuff when I started from Leo Knowles' cookie cutter build. Switched it to what worked for me. So, Charandar, 400 power. 400 crit, 3% action points, This one you can use either one, but at the point I'm at in the game, it's hard to min-max to get any increased damage, so any damage, so I actually went with damage. This one's pretty good too. They both kind of suck at 20,000 damage. Elvis Fury, this one's pretty good. Kill a mob, get power. Red ring. I used to run the crit, now I'm crit capped, so I don't need it, so I switched to power. Lifesteal. Better of the two, regeneration is worthless. Resist ignored. A little more damage. And a heal with defense. Power for us. Other one's okay. And Rampage and Madness. Swindell. I went 400 combat advantage. Combat advantages. Stamina gain. Crit severity. That's your friend. More power. Based on how much stamina you lose. And I chose, I've tried between both of these. In a burn group, you're going to be getting action points so fast anyway. And like I stated earlier, whatever I can do to increase my damage, even though it's only a little bit, I'll take. Once you're in like a 4K burn group, stuff dies. And that, I'm going to explain that in my powers. I switched out stuff that people think is great. It works for me. The people I've played with asked for my build. Underdark, power, hit point. Critical strike, hit point. Combat advantage again. Regeneration, garbage. Stamina 5% faster. Full effect. Here you're going to be getting stamina back. Losing it so fast anyway. You might as well get a little. And 10% first. And this is strictly PvE, but no PvP. Tyranny of Dragons. Power. Crit. Armor pen. Against garbage. Lifesteal. And crit severity. I've not taken the time to farm those last two wounds. Guild Stronghold. I do power. I think I'm in a small gauntlet guild. I think I just hit 5k power bonus. Defense equals power. Defense either 4k or 5k. And I usually do mount speed or XP. Just for, you know, your dailies. Maze engine. More lifesteal. Doesn't hurt when you're soloing. I think my lifesteal is only like 800. I think you want it to be like 1,000, 1,200 something there. More combat advantage. And something with combat advantage, right now there's diminishing returns. I believe it's around 1,200. My combat advantage is very high. Action points faster, stamina, and both are good, and this one's real good. Crit. Elemental Evil. Power, lifesteal, crit, points. And the bottom one, small little damage. Crit. And that's boom. Eat. I use your basic half orc. I used to be a human. If you were a human, you would put probably 1 into here, 2 into here, even though it's worthless. Put all this other stuff. So you want 3 into toughness, hit points. Disciple of Strength, increased amount of bonus strength. put 1 point in here because you had to put it in there. This, don't need it at all. This, our at wills are main damage, but this is nice for your daggers. This, don't need it. This, don't need it. This, don't need it. This one's good. This is what I was talking about earlier. Your defense gives you power. Off a percent of your defense. I think I run at like 17k defense. This crit chance is easy to get. Crit severity is more important. Increase crit severity by 5%. This one's worth. Now you'll see over here, most people don't have this or this. You get rid of this and this. You take one of these, you take that. That's what everyone goes for. This 15% unmarked target. Now, the theory behind why I took this is because I don't run Daring Shout. I run Battle Fury. Battle Fury is amazing. Once you start using it, you're not gonna like it. Once you get used to it, it's amazing. I'll probably never go back to Daring Shout. It's like I said in 4K groups, you kill so quick that by the time you hit a Daring Shout, all the trash is gonna be dead anyway. So you're doing 10% more damage instead of 15. 5%, 5%. Actually, you still have this 51. So you'll be doing 10% less damage on the marked targets. But we'll get to that. Because you're gonna, as a great weapon fighter, you want to be very aggressive. Most of the time, you're in front of the tank, sprinting, open with daggers, hit Battle Fury. Your 2 or 3 Weapon Master Strikes, hit Unstoppable, hit your Dominable Battle Strike, and then more Weapon Master. Shit just dies so fast. And then by it's over, but when you have this, you have Battle Fury up again. So you hit that, and you sprint to the next thing. You have to be very aggressive for this build to work. And most endgame great weapon fighters are in front of Guardian Fighter or in front of the Paladin. What's a Paladin? Nah, I'm only joking. Alright, so we got 5 in here. Damage at wills. That's your big damagers, your at wills. Power equal to your pen. Your recovery. Weapon Master Strike mitigates your encounters. This, this, I see some people run this instead of this, but I think it's better. This is a must. This also marks. Don't forget Dominable Battle Strike marks. So that goes real good with that. If you're running that. This is, since I run Battle Fury now, cooldown on it is 50% less, and it lasts 25% longer. Now a lot of people disagree, saying that that doesn't make up for that, but this is what works for me. And Destroyer, you need that, that's a must. Huge damage. Makes your Destroyer stacks. And Destroyer's perk. And my last 2, critical strikes, lower your distance by 5%. And combat advantage, which I always have up, and mostly anyone usually has combat advantage. I don't really need the crit from it, but the damage from it. Alright, and that's my feat. And I hope I explained them why I switched to what I'm using. I've been running this a while, and like I said, I had someone recommend the Battle Fury to me a while back. I didn't like it at first, and then when I got used to using it, it's so mobile, so fast. Power. Basic powers, just like any other great weapon fighter. Short strike, right trigger. Destroyer, it's a must. My 2 destroy. Slam. I don't use this exactly for the damage. I use it to mob stuff around me. Just Weapon Master Strike it down. Like when you're using you're doing your guild dailies, you can pop that and just kill everything. Battle Fury, hold left trigger down. Left trigger I use. Force Weapon Master Strike. Like level 73 stuff in your stronghold dies in 2-3 weapon strikes anyway, so. Alright. And Battle Fury. I have that on X. Phenomenal Battle Strike I have on B. And Daggers on Y. The only one you would add Wrathful. Wrathful Determination is a must. Once you wanna go in, get your Wrathful up to full, you're unstoppable. As soon as you pop that hit Weapon Master Strike, and you'll see like a 4 mil, 5 mil sometimes if you're with a 3 support burn group. 5 mil crit, not too bad. Now you could change the Battle Fury out. Like, I would recommend this build if you're very geared out. If you're in a T2 that takes a long time for some strange reason, I don't know. I can, like in Spiders, I can tank almost all the bosses except the last one. So like the GF is usually there for the fray, which is again. I don't tank it, I'm just saying. That it's that easy nowadays. But you could change that for some people run the Roar. Most people run the Daring Shout, which is really good. It's just my playstyle. I like the battle a lot more. And if you're not crit capped, you could probably not run this and run this instead. It's a hard choice before the. I'd keep the Destroyer. Like when you're killing trash, just soloing with this and you're full unstoppable, you don't even need the more if you can just go through it. Alright, that's power. Now, gear. Alright, there's my base stats. I'm very power heavy. I get almost all my crit from my companion. My armor pen is only 4k. I try to reach to 6k, soft cap. I've heard rumors that you want to go to 6.5 or 7. I don't know if it's true. I've tested, I don't see the difference, personally. I don't know, that's just me. We got... I actually have an extra piece where I could switch to crit, just to... I'm at 6.2 to go in between there. I go up to power, just... It was hot, really hot. Alright, these basic start with the 18, plus 1 every 10. Strength deck. And I used to play the human, and you know, I wasn't the orc just for the reason of I didn't like the fangs, but I noticed the damage difference. I switched to the orc. Definitely noticed the damage. I liked the looks of the human more, but the orc's definitely better. Actual gear. I run 2 dusk, boots in the chest, and 2 adamant. I like to get the 1k from the dusk. It would probably be better to have the adamant on the chest and the dusk on the helmet, but this is like 1.5 mil, and the adamant chest is 3.5. And the dusk is free. So, my chance. Very power heavy. Dragon Horde's utilities. I think mine are 10 on her. I run 1 Great White, which is power. Chance for power on a proc. Chest. Transnegation is Lord 12. Anti power. Whoa. Dragon Horde. Dragon Horde, after a while, they'll stop giving you stuff. So after you hit like 10%, you should switch to Fey Blessing, which I haven't done yet, so you can get those as well. Because if if you play a lot during the day, you only get a certain amount of dodge. And I run Black Dragon on the gloves, so that's crit. And that's power off my utilities. Main hand, twist it that. Got a Radiant, Transwarple, Radiant. And a lot of people would be like, well, why aren't you using crit? I've tried to switch the power to the pet, to the crit, and it seems you get more stat value out of the power on your actual character. That makes sense. I used to run a Brutal on my last slot on my pet, but I think I heard Brutals are better if everything's Brutal. I have a couple Brutals. Also a weapon. I use Sure Strike to make up on my lack of damage on boss mobs. I don't use the mark. Weapon Master Strike. You could use. Those are the two I would use. That's better for trash. Sword Knot. I use Wrathful Determination and Combat Advantage. And I also use Brutal Offense, Resort. I think I got. I like min-maxed to try to get to 100% cap. Alright. Boots. Utility Dragon Horde. Like I said, I want to switch out to a couple of lessons. Reinforced kits. I got crit. I got crit. I got armor pen. These used to have some armor pen on it too, but once I got up to 12s, I slowly replaced them. Because I got my cap. It's so expensive. These are all crit, and that one's armor pen, reinforced. My neck, the Orcus set, of course. You'll probably run about like 5,000 of them, get a shard, and the guy next to you will get 10 in like 4 runs. Well, 40 runs, alright. Alright, so I run another Dragon Horde. Offensive Radiant. When you switch from the Lost Mouse set to this, you're gonna lose a lot of stats. I think it's armor pen's a big one you're gonna lose. So be aware, get ready for it. Rings, I run Brutality 4 and Rise in Power. A lot of people will run the Sudden Precision. I like the Instants more than the Risings myself, but I'm crit capped. So I would recommend, if you weren't crit capped, to keep the Brutality and get a Sudden Precision from work. I use Azure, full crit, defense equals power. I think both rings are Azure. Yes. Waste. Dragon Horde, Azure, defense. And the reinforcements, you can put either stamina or action. I'm actually missing something. Look at that. There we go. Shirt. Just buy this off the auction house. I don't know how much they are nowadays. Time ago. And or you could run the drow. Drows are, but then you take longer to get your twist. And this, the drow is a very good arm piece too. I think it's the highest crit item. It is. Just a little less crit, a lot more power. So shirt, brutal, pants, same thing, auction house. Or if you want to level up your crafting and make it. They're not that expensive. They were under 100k when I got them. I don't know the prices now. They were 12 defense. Artifacts. Now, the Orcus has power, which is good. Movement is good for you. Sprint, but that was a movement here. Notice. AoE resist. Yeah. The wheel. is what I use on my axe. I used to run the lantern. The wheel is, oh my god, it damage. But it only has power on it. So, keep that in mind. I can't see that. It's my public. Stamina, guard. Stamina's good. Now to make up for that, I used to run the, what's it, Sigil, the shoulder, I think. Switch to this power arm pen. Some hit points. Now this is, I make up for a lot of my arm pen right. I think I get this out. And this, I don't see many run this one. This is one of my favorite artifacts. Power armor pen, combat advantage. Combat advantage is king. So just 2k. Extra power. I think I covered everything there. So here's alright, I'll show you a little bit of smacking around stuff. Alright, show you my basic stuff first. Stack this. I think I got 24 stacks. Right, yep. They do stack. Now on the bottom of the screen you'll see coin, pocket pet, give you randoms, stat. Now to do the stat, you're gonna run up, hit one trigger, and then hold the second trigger down, then hit start, and you'll be able to move around with the D-pad. Run up into this guy, make believe we're fighting stuff, run around here, and character sheet. I usually go up to like around 65, around there. Crit, as you'll see, my defense is up to 19, that equals power. Combat advantage is a little high, like I said before. Stamina gain's okay. And crit chance, 103, 107. Crit severity, 117. See, it drops to 98. I think that's the lowest I go. But usually I'm running full 100% with green procs and everything. And this I can get up to another 15%, but like I said, I think the Blink Dog is better. Resist Ignored is actually 65%. I believe you only need 60%. Just kept it right in the middle, down there. And one boom, I will go up to. You see, I run the 65. I don't know, it's not turned on. And then I'll jump to 71. But power is, of course, you're gonna get a lot of your power from the outside spray on top of Astral Shield. It's just hard. Try freeze again. Spray's not gonna be able to be affected by the outside force. It's gonna be 80. Not gonna be overstacking your. So, ounce pro. And this is fine if you have the, the rare, that can't be a rare. There's only 2 rares with it. You need another epic. And the ones you could use, I believe, are Beetle, the blue dragon thing with the crit on it, Lion, excuse me. And those are the 3 I know. And read the Rage Tree, any of the epics. Oh, and that's my build. I hope this has helped everybody. You guys are looking for a good stream. I usually play with this guy, Al's Random Kill. Check him out on Twitch or YouTube. Makes videos. He runs. He's the guy I was talking about that runs the Air Elemental. And his damage is on point. Like 3.5, 3.6. And he keeps up 4 passes. And like I said, I'm not the best great weapon. I do fairly well. There's still one that I can't pass. He knows who he is. And that's it. I hope this video has helped. If you have any questions, leave a message, leave a comment. And see you next time if this goes well. Okay, thank you.